few weeks where we always were on, I think, on a Tuesday, but there was so much going on that, yeah, we postponed a little bit. Yeah, while people chime in, I will, as always, have Dev talk about what happened in the last week. Of course, we had, like the major announcement and for the big listing of Bitmart. But yeah, Dev, maybe you can talk about what happened during the last week, how you see this whole thing, and where we at right now.
Yeah, of course. Hey guys. Yeah, obviously the last week or so we've kind of going through the phases at the moment, kind of ranging in between. It's pretty big range, but I think in terms of for the run up we've had, I think we're holding quite strong, and we're just kind of going through one of them stages at the moment, kind of like the 3 to 4, 5 million range we went through a few weeks ago. But yeah, we're doing relatively good, and yeah, we're kind of holding strong. But I think it's kind of part of the process. A lot of people are up 30, 40, 50x, and sort of going through kind of a bit of sideways action kind of helps thin them people out and kind of replace some of that liquidity with new holders that are sort of here for another 10, 20, 30x, which will obviously be sticking around for longer. So I mean, that's kind of where we're at with the chart at the moment. Obviously, we did the MEXC and Bitmart listing. We listed on Bitmart on Tuesday. We've seen some nice volume over there. We did the airdrop competition as well. That sort of got, I think it's around 2,000 likes. And yeah, a whole lot more impressions. So it's all been going well. And then we got MEXC on Tuesday again, which I think we got $20,000 worth of hedge that's been used to market our listing over there. So yeah, very excited over that. There's a lot more potential with that as well. So
yeah, of course, MEXC being the biggest one that we're going to be at right now. Of course, price-wise, it's like the traditional spaces dip that you mentioned, I think, last time, that we have right now going on. But also the overall macro market, I think, wasn't too beneficial for in crypto in general. But I guess this is like some kind of consolidation phase that we have right now. Not everyone is happy with it, I would assume, but I think we had this before, and yeah, I think this is something that we had before, and we know as a community how to deal with. Or what do you think, Dev?
Sorry, I dropped out a little bit. Then, do you mind repeating that?
Yeah, no, I was just talking about price and the consolidation phase that we have right now with a traditional spaces dip, as if I can call it like that, and well, just basically wanted to talk to you a little bit about price and where we are, and
yeah, well, obviously it's become a bit of a tradition to kind of have a bit of a pre-spaces sell-off, and we tried to sort of try a different time this week, and of course happened again. So that didn't go too successfully, but it's kind of the way it is at the moment. But yeah, I think in general with the run up we had, as I said, I think where we're at is looking really encouraging. I think if anyone's sort of concerned or anything like that, I'd sort of encourage to look at some of the super successful projects. Like there's a lot of this, like the price action we're going through, as I said, kind of part of the process. And as I said, there's a lot of spikes and dips, and it's not a super clean, smooth road up to where we want to be. We know there's going to be a lot of volatility and different price ranges we kind of battle through. So that's kind of the deal with it at the moment.
Sure. Justin, can we talk a little bit about how, from a marketing point of view, how the first listing went, what we expected, what we got, and what is going on right now, marketing-wise?
Yeah, so I think with the Bitmart listing, I think the price action, we didn't really see a big bump there, but a lot of the Bitmart marketing stuff started after the listing. So it actually started yesterday with their airdrop campaign. So there's there's certain tasks that their users have to do in order to get the airdrop, and it's sort of going on, and it will last for another 6 days or so. The other stuff that we're doing, marketing wise, lining up with this week are kind of like the first round of exchange listings, but just in a bigger way. So we have X influencer retweets. I got a couple of Telegram callers. We're running a bunch of contests, like meme contests, TikTok contests, sticker contests, the giveaways, and then of course the Bitmart and MEXC airdrop this week and next week. So I think it's been definitely adding holders to, sorry, not holders, but followers to our Telegram channel and also to our X account and our various social media accounts. But we haven't seen the uptick in price yet, unfortunately. This kind of reminds me of the sort of pre-exchange phase that we went through before our tier 3 exchange listings, where we kind of consolidated for a while, and then we built up our fundamentals and then shot up. So I think we're kind of in a similar phase right now, and I'm hoping that with the rest of coming online, especially MEXC, that it'll shoot us up early next week.
Yeah, I think MEXC might be one that everyone is kind of waiting for to see how this behaves around that.
And just to give a comparison, the Bitmart airdrop, that's a $2,000 airdrop. The MEXC airdrop is a $20,000 airdrop, so it's an order of magnitude larger.
Yeah, I think it's good to point out as well that won't just be an airdrop. There'll be various marketing activities that'll be sort of carried out with them funds. So we'll release more information when we have it. But yeah, they've got a whole plan for us basically.
Yeah, great. So of course, a lot of questions actually are also around this topic, but people are asking what's next. I mean, that's always the question. And I wanted, Dev, maybe you can talk. I mean, one of the big next projects that we've been talking about already for a couple of weeks, and that like you've been teasing, and also with a recent tweet from yesterday, of course the NFTs. Maybe you guys can talk a little bit about NFTs in general, how this thing will look, and also clarify some of the questions that people had in the main chat, because the differences between the like what the whitelist is for, what are the donation NFTs, and what are the normal NFTs, and how you can get them.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, I'll do my best to explain it. I've learned a lot about NFTs over the last few weeks. Still kind of learning the ways a bit. We've got people within the team that are well versed in the area, so been getting a lot of guidance from them. But yeah, I mean, in recap, the whitelist set is basically a set of 500 NFTs that kind of, it's a ticket basically to mint an NFT once the full collection goes live. So the full collection will have around 2,000 NFTs in total. And yeah, we're expecting some nice sort of popularity around that. So there's a chance that they'll be sold out completely. So being on the whitelist essentially gives you the foot in the door already. You'll have access to mint an NFT before anyone else. And if you're not a friend of Hege, if you haven't donated to the marketing wallet, that's not a problem. There's obviously the sort of base NFT that's in that set as well, which will be something around like 400 of them. And if you're in Telegram or on X, you'll basically see a link and you'll be able to connect your wallet, and then you'll basically just be able to mint one of the whitelists, which will be free. And then again, that's just a ticket basically, so you'll be able to mint an NFT once they go live. The exact price of the NFTs, the full set, will be somewhere around 0.75 to 1.25 Solana. The exact details haven't been confirmed with that, but it's something around that. We thought it was a good balance between being sort of fairly priced and sort of creating some kind of demand as well. We didn't want to sort of list them at 0.1 Solana, something like that. It just we wanted to have some kind of perceived value beforehand, and kind of that for NFT investors as well, having something that's slightly more valuable off the bat is a great thing to do. So I mean that's kind of where we're at the moment. We'll release the NFT whitelist soon, and we'll provide.
And of course, of course. I mean, this is like all being sorted out at the moment. Of course, we will have like instructions how to do it, like to make it as easy as possible for people, to be onboarded of this, like probably, I don't know, infographics or something like that, like basically what we did with, to make it a very user-friendly project. But yeah, we're working on it quite intensely right now. But just to clarify this, the Friends of Hege, so the NFTs that were posted today, all the donation-based NFTs, let's call it. This is a done deal now. This is like closed, right? There's like no, like, this batch is kind of like closed, and if you're in, you're in, and if you're out, you can, quote unquote, only buy the regular ones once they get shipped, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the NFTs themselves, obviously, they're not part of the main set. But if you have a Friends of Hege NFT, you'll be able to. I mean, we're not sure on the exact details yet, but like, in the future, if you've got a Guardian NFT, you can get first access. If you got like a Hege Hero, then secondary access. Things like that. Just kind of perks for kind of future events or activities we do. But yeah, the actual donations for that now, of course, like, feel free to donate to the marketing wallet or the CX wallet. But that is closed for this round in terms of Friends of Hege. We're planning on releasing like a second season, if you will, with other benefits on as well. But yeah, if you've donated up until now and filled the form out, you'll sort of have the sort of correlating NFT for the levels that you've donated at. And yeah, we basically have to get that closed because we need to start distributing these NFTs and get the whitelist set out.
And is this something? Can you talk about? Are these things going to be tradable? Like, I mean, like, assuming some people will probably use this as an investment, others just as a PFP. But assuming that these things will maybe a little bit according to the or like connected to the Hege FC rise in value, will this thing be tradable on NFT exchange? How is this going to work? Or are we working on that?
I'm not 100% on that. I believe so. Of course, there kind of just be an NFT that you can sort of trade for your wallet. If you want to do a sort of person-to-person transfer for Solana or whatever, then you can do so. Obviously, these they're only very limited runs. Like the Guardian NFT, for example, is only 11
exactly.
or 12. So that's super rare NFT. So again, I'll have to sort of confirm the exact details if we can do that. But yeah, I mean, the whitelist set, originally it was just going to be 500 base NFTs, and that was that. But the kind of Friends of Hege rewards we kind of added in kind of last minute as we wanted to just add an extra bit of value in there. But yeah, the intention was like monetary value, perhaps not, but as we grow and especially if the NFT collection goes well, these are going to be super rare. And
exactly, yeah. I mean, basically there's a lot of potential. You can use it as as perks, like access to something that comes down the road, but potentially also tradable. I mean, of course they can be tradable at some point. But yeah, I think, like, as you guys see, like, we are still working on this. We have several people that are experienced that are working on that, of course, and we will have that all in a presentable version as soon as we go live with those things. While we are talking about NFTs, content-wise, talk about what you've been working on content-wise, animations. What is in the pipeline? What was distributed? Where we are here.
Yeah, so the obviously we released a few animations. I don't know whether the Blade Runner style animation with the hologram Hegina was out when we did last Spaces, but yeah, that was like that was we're working with the new guy for that. It's kind of like quite a high production value. It costs quite a bit to do that kind of thing, and we can't do that as frequently just because of the time it takes as well. Like that animation, for example, took about 100 hours of work. So yeah, they're big ones, but the quality is well worth the return. And yeah, we've worked with that guy for the next chapter as well. So in terms of like creating super high production value ones, yeah, we're going to keep him on. We're basically working with him full time at the moment. We're basically paying his paycheck to work for us. So yeah, that's great. We've always got something being worked on with him. But yeah, in terms of like content in general, Instagram and TikTok, I know a few of the questions were on that today. But that's something where we're doing a lot of real world marketing events. So the plane flyover in LA next week, which I'm sure you've heard about, Telegram, which will be great in terms of real world eyes on it. You know, there's millions of people that live there, as well as all the photographs we'll get will be fantastic for promoting. Like we saw with the Times Square ad first time we did that, the reception was brilliant, and yeah, I think people really like the real world marketing events. We've also got the RV as well. So I don't know if this is as well known about as a flyover, but one of our team members, Grammatron, has an RV, and he's basically going to do a full Hege mural on that. So we'll have a QR code, sorry, all the Hege branding on it, and he's basically doing a road trip up to Canada, I believe, in that. So yeah, again, thousands of eyes on it.
So we will have, like, we can expect a lot of new content, like in real life film content as well. Like, the sticker contest also being, a lot of content being produced, as well as animations, as well as, we had the return of the Hege puppet today with something new that is also exciting. Maybe Justin, maybe you can talk a little bit about this also in the context of our aim to expand on platforms that we haven't had the most focus on till now, I guess.
Yeah. So I think, as most people here probably know, we started off on Reddit, right? That was where we kind of really launched off of. We kind of saturated that platform. Then we kind of went on to X, right? We said we needed more than one avenue to go. So now we continue to do Reddit, continue to get new users there, and we kind of launched our X. We got about 12,500 followers on X now. So we're doing well there. We want to continue pushing those two. But with all this Hege in the real world stuff, like has been mentioned, the plane banner for 3 hours, the sticker contest with a $2,000 prize pool, the weekly newsreels with Grami's Hege puppet rig, Grami driving the camp around the country for a month or two. We're looking at having a Hege costume made for a stuntman to do Hege stunts. More animations. All these are nice video content that flows nicely into YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And so those are going to be our next frontier. So we started pushing on TikTok with the bringing of a TikTok of a magician who knows TikTok very well. He's been making sort of several videos a week and posting it on his TikTok account. And we've also been running TikTok contests, which has given us some content there in a separate TikTok account. So with all these things coming, we'll just have way more content to push there in addition to YouTube and Instagram. So I think that's kind of our next phase and next focus from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah. One other thing to add to that as well is like we, earlier today I sent a few requests for quotations on a Hege costume. So kind of the thing you'd see at a football game, or I don't know, whatever sports in America, like soccer game, like you'll have the mascot,
like a mascot kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, basically that. So we're sort of speaking to suppliers on that, and that's something we really want to do. We want to film content around that. We've got loads of ideas. Again, that's great for social media and virality as well. Kind of like the whole Hawk Tour thing, like that kind of format where you kind of interviewing and doing stuff like that. That's something we want to do. So there's tons of stuff we can do there. Really excited about that.
And I just want to add one thing there. With the Hege costume idea, that was brought to us by Cine, C-I-N-E, in the community. I guess he's a professional videographer, and he just had this idea. Say, hey, if we get him a costume, he can hire some stuntmen and film it for us. And so, if anyone in the community is listening, and you have other ideas or ways that you want to contribute, please let us know. We definitely listen to everyone's ideas. So just want to say that.
Yeah, I mean, this is, at the end, this is a community-based project. Of course, team is working their ass off, as you can see, to get this running or keep this running. But at the end of the day, community is what it's all about. And I think this is what brings us to this week's questions. I think some of them have been answered. So yeah, so we might skip one or two, but I think we will go in chronologically as always. And I'll start just with the first one by SE or C. Will you start a new donation round after the next C listing for new CX deals? Dev, maybe you want to talk about CX in general and what CX things are on afterwards.
Yeah. So obviously, with Bitmart and Mexi, they're quite big exchanges. They're kind of some of the most reasonably attainable exchanges in our sort of market cap range, and the sort of amount we're able to raise through donations. So yeah, I think for now, in terms of making it easy to onboard new users and impacts, we've definitely achieved that with Mexi and Bitmart, and we're going to update the website with various sort of details and just make it really super easy to onboard new people. But yeah, I think for now, if we want to try and up what we've done there, then there's obviously exchanges like L Bank and XT and things like that, but they're kind of they're none of them are really bigger than Mexi or anything. I know there's a question around like OKX, but yeah, again, I mean that's I think probably in the $200,000 plus range, which I think we might be able to raise, but I think we probably struggle on that, and it'd be an extended period. But I think for the moment, we want to try and focus on content and just really building up the value of the project. I think having a really strong foundation is great for the sustainability of the project, the longevity, and just making sure when people kind of get here, there's some real value in the content we're creating, as well as the various bits of utility we're working on for Hege.
Yeah, and I think this has been the strategy overall. Like we've been always shifting from having phases where we focus on content and on community or social media, and then having the CX phase like a month ago or whatever was the first one, and now we had the second phase, and now I think you have to give these things breathing room, so it's not one after another and so on, but basically kind of build hype again for the next round, and then potentially at some point the next year as well. Joe Okadi is asking, are there any partnerships coming up, or like collabs, anything, coins, influencers, or something like that? Dev, maybe talk about this. I think you have like one project in mind you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds on that. Excuse me. Yeah, so the collaborations, I put a message in Telegram. I also asked a few weeks ago if anyone had any projects that they're investing in or aware of that would be a good fit with for collaborations with Hege. That's something we want to do, obviously, and we're actively looking for that. So obviously, like within the team, our efforts are kind of focused on Hege, and we haven't got too much time to be investing in other things and looking for other projects. So yeah, we could use a hand with that. And if anyone anyone knows any projects that would be a good fit, let me know, and can get in touch with them and just help kind of raise the exposure of Hege.
But yeah, we are always looking at options. I know that we're in talks here and there, but it's always not as easy to find like a fitting project, and all suggestions are welcome, basically. Christopher Gnolden asked, yesterday we learned how important Instagram is to get normies into the mix. I think this was one of the Ponky guys helping us out here a little bit. Will we push Instagram even harder now to try to get viral, and what sort of content is planned for our Instagram? And Justin, you talked about this a little bit, but maybe you can talk a lot about our next steps here.
Yeah, so I think next steps is basically the push to get Hege into the real world. As we mentioned, we had the plain banner, we had the sticker contest. By the way, guys, if you haven't joined the sticker contest, there's a $2,000 prize pool, and I think it should be pretty fun. Just order some stickers. You message the team about it, stick them around, take pictures, take some quick videos on it, and put them in the sticker contest a Telegram channel, and that's all you got to do to enter, But we want to get them out so people can see it and run into it and start kind of seeing Hedge in their daily lives. We got the weekly newsreels as we mentioned, and then growing with the camper, the costumes, more animations. So all those will lead to pushing Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So I think those are all completely untapped markets for us that we haven't even started touching yet. So there's a whole new world of users that haven't been exposed to Hedge yet that will be in our next phase.
And just to clarify, like the more we grow, so far we have now people like that are focused solely on doing the Instagram channel, people that are like focused on TikTok and so on. So this is basically getting compartmentalized into smaller subgroups, so we can basically manage this whole load of content that is happening already, and it is about to happen, of course, as well.
Exactly. And anybody who wants to get involved, just let us know. We're starting to get more and more people sort of pinging us, and we're always open for more help and more ideas. So
yeah, I mean,
if you want to get involved,
team. Potentially, you can become team in general, of course. Like we are all here doing this kind of in our, in between our real life stuff. So yeah, everyone can. But a lot of you guys are already doing like a great job, of course. But everyone is welcome to join. Then JD asked, what marketing plan is there? I think it's about the current phase right now. And when will it start beside the Maxi and Bitmart airdrop? I think, Justin, you mentioned that, with the listings, there comes also a lot of marketing from the exchanges. Talk about this and also what we have planned, using our marketing wallet for this weekend.
The stuff that comes with the CEX listings, those are mostly the Bitmart airdrops for 2,000, the Maxi 20,000 airdrop. They have tweets that they sort of promote these events. They have announcements on their websites. They have sort of banner ads on their websites. That's kind of the extent of the CEX marketing, right? It's just sort of banner ads, X tweets, their social media tweets, along with their events. And announcements. Out of our marketing wallet, we're doing largely the same thing as last time, but just at a bigger scale. So we got way more X influencer retweets this time. We got more Telegram callers. We're running a bunch of contests, like meme contests, TikTok contests, sticker contests, and giveaway contests. I think those are sort of the bulk of it. The idea is to hopefully, not only reward our community members, but hopefully get new people into our community who haven't seen us before. I've seen a lot of comments on the main chat saying how sort of why are people not in our community necessarily winning these contests all the time? And while I sort of agree it'd be nice if all the winnings went to our community members, part of the goal here is to be an external facing campaign where we're showing Hedge to people that maybe aren't as familiar with it and bringing them into our Telegram. And realizing that some of them will never buy Hedge, but hopefully a percentage will, and we can continue to grow our holders that way.
Next question by JB is, why did the team choose Maxi and Bitmart? Why those two, I guess, CXs, and what coins did you look in for comparison? Justin, I know that you've been quite involved here, especially at the second part of the question, comparing other projects. I will give you this one as well.
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier in the call about the Maxi Bitmart being the kind of the largest tier 2 exchanges, this particularly Maxi with the meme coin stuff. With the second part of the question, with the coins we looked at, we looked at a bunch of them. The one that sticks in my mind most is a project called Stooges. They had a pre-sale and they raised an enormous amount of money, and sort of they're at the time that we looked at them, they had maybe 1.3 million in liquidity with about a maybe 2 million market cap, and I think their project wasn't particularly well run. It was just kind of, humming along. We saw a bunch of news events. None of them really moved it that much. They listed on Bitmart first. It did give a slight bump, but not a huge bump. And then they listed on Maxi, and Maxi pretty much like doubled, maybe 2.5 times their market cap. So that was the one that stuck in my mind most. There were other coins where Bitmart and Mexi, you know, obviously one of them made them take off, but Stooges, because I've seen them have so many events, news events to release, and with their strong liquidity, not doing anything with it, with the Mexi listing giving them such a bump in market cap, that one really stuck in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Dev, the next few questions they're kind of like the first one we had today, but I will, let you talk a little bit about this. Jovan asked, should we focus on continuing the CX listings? He's suggesting LBank. Then Bakhtiar asks, or basically suggests, like, okay, X as a potential future CX. Is this even feasible at the moment? And maybe you can talk in general again about our approach for future CX listings, and then also, people, of course, like as we're here right now with Mexi, they're thinking about like higher tier CXs, and how, what is our plan here? How feasible is this in general?
Yeah, so I think, as mentioned earlier, like OKX, I mean, it's definitely one. I think Gate as well, Gate IO, I believe. They're again like big exchanges, definitely something for the future. But yeah, as I said, like the market cap we're at the moment, we're probably not focused on that for now. I think LBank as well. Definitely can bring some volume, but I think for what it costs and the return we get on that, especially after listing on exchanges like Mexi and Bitmart as well, I think we as I said, we're kind of focusing on content again now and the marketing around that, and exchanges definitely again they'll come up in the not so distant future, but certainly in the shorter term, focus on building up the stronger foundation before we sort of think about the next bigger ones.
The next question is by Ollie. He's asking about market making for CXs that Hedge is doing some, and what does this entail? Justin, maybe you can explain the market making aspect.
Yeah, so the way it basically works is when we get listed on CXs, they require you to what's called make a market. And what that entails is basically depositing USDT and depositing, in our case, Hedge, the tokens that you're making a market for. And what that basically does is you basically post prices that you will buy Hedge at and price that you will sell Hedge at. That way, the users on the exchange who want to buy or sell Hedge can buy and sell Hedge with you essentially as the market maker. And so that's kind of analogous to when you put in limit orders. Either in DEX or in a CEX, you're basically quote unquote making a market. You're just adding what you will buy at or sell at in the order book. And so that's what we're doing. Because we're a new token, there's not going to be anyone else making the market for us. We just have to do that ourselves. And also just to mention, the way we do that is we obviously come up with the money, deposit in the account, but we hire a third-party market making firm to do that for us.
Okay, and this is basically an ongoing expense on our side that we have, like the market making third party, or is this for a certain time, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's basically an ongoing expense for us, probably $4,000 or $5,000 a month or so.
Okay, all right, okay. Ollie also asked again about the public NFT mint, in addition to the donation reward NFTs, but I think we covered this because like he's saying that a lot of people asked about the whitelist, but I think Dev, you talked about this at the beginning of the show. So if there's any questions, like we will definitely, as said, we will, like, once this thing comes rolling out, we will have better explanations about all the details. I know a lot of you guys are new to the NFT thing. Dev is also new to the NFT thing, but we have with Grommy and others, we have people that are very experienced. So this is basically happening as we speak in the background, and you will all know once we're there how this whole thing will work. Dalton one asks, what are some of the biggest this is a very general question. What are some of the biggest challenges you see for this project in the near future? Dev, I will, let you talk about this one.
So yeah, I mean, the first thing that came to my mind, like when I read this question, is it's a great question, by the way. So thanks for that. Yeah, I think one of the main challenges is the competition out there. I think obviously the Solana meme coin space is still relatively new. I mean, the meme coin space in general is. I think people are learning the ways and learning the processes and marketing techniques and content and how you reach people. So obviously as time goes on, like the competition, just the sheer amount of projects alone as well increases every day. So there's always projects to be competing with, and who's gonna be the next big one. So I mean, that's one of the main challenges, is just making sure that our content has enough quality and is unique enough to sort of separate us from the rest. And I think that's certainly what we're trying to do with all the competitions. Again, the real world marketing events that we're trying to do. We're not just working with a key online influencer and then calling a day at that. We're trying to do things that really do create value for the projects, and not just hype whatever. Of course it's nice, but I mean, I think that's the main thing that came to my mind is competition, and being relevant, and just being the best project we can, really.
And I think, we're doing just that. I mean, like, I also want to stress the point that, as of course, looking at other projects and also copycats, like we have some USPs definitely with a story-driven market cap. The chapter thing. This is like things that I haven't seen in the space before, and that have been copied now a few times, more than a few times actually. And I think the original projects just will stand out, and what we are doing right now is can be tedious at times, and can be frustrating if you're moving sideways. But in general, I think that this is the process. Trust your process, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I
Use a
think
meme here.
Using that USP and sort of maximizing it as much as we can. I think with the chapters, obviously with the teasers and things like that, and just sort of marketing around them, and I think that's really effective. I think people like that as well. That there's a lot of dog coins, cat coins.
Of course. I mean, there's a lot of people chasing pumps, and you can't stop them. And some of them come back, some don't. But we keep doing our thing, I guess. Mephisto is asking that I think we should be stronger on YouTube. Are there any plans or ideas? I think maybe I can answer this, and you guys can chime in if you have anything. Like as Justin talked, we will have a lot of the real life content that we will have here to expand. We have the started the weekly news show, which has like I guess it's like one of the first things that has like some kind of utility aspect to it. It's not going to be the main thing, but this is definitely something that will be on YouTube on a regular basis. I mean, I think everything else, Justin, you talked about, and of course the animations, and they are getting bigger and longer and more professional. So YouTube is definitely one of the big things that we're also focusing from now on.
Yeah, exactly. I think the real content. I don't know what it's called. It's YouTube Shorts, I think. But the stuff we make for TikTok obviously gets posted on Instagram, YouTube as well, and obviously we know there's quirks to each of their algorithms and what works and what doesn't. But as I said, we've got loads of stuff coming up that real world and trying to create virality that way and give that a go and see the performance. So all that will go up on YouTube as well as the news. Snippets as well.
Chris asks, Hege has over 4,000 holders with more than $10 of Hege. It may be a consistent 30 people participate in commenting on Reddit. What can we do to encourage more participation in Reddit marketing by our token stakeholders? I guess this is one of the the big questions that we have keep coming, and one of the hardest to answer. I mean, every comment counts, every involvement of you guys count. I mean, of course, I know that we are talking right now to a lot of people that are part of these 30, people that participate in commenting on Reddit, but yeah, I mean, it's every comment counts, and I guess there's not much to add to this.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it is a tricky one. Like, the community engagement is something we're always trying to work on. Like the riddle contest we did the other week, that went down really well. It was a great success, and we'll be doing more of that kind of thing. But yeah, it's about keeping people engaged and wanting to share the word basically. But yeah, I mean, I'll just emphasize on that. Like, I think you have more of an impact than you realize by being active on Reddit and X as well. Each comment and post can get seen by up to thousands of people. We've seen some posts getting over like 100,000 views, and if you're one of the comments near the top, you could be the sort of deciding factor whether someone invests or not. And that could be the case for 100 potential investors. So yeah, it's really important, and obviously I'd encourage, if you're invested at all, I mean, just give the team a hand and help sort of get the word out there.
Yeah, certainly. Chris also asks, this is the question for each team member that participates in today's call. Name one member of the Hege community that has emerged recently that had impressed them in some way. What was it that they did or are doing? For all team members, is anything being done to recognize and reward these individuals? We talked about this. I guess this is like a question to the three of us right now. We talked about this before, and I think, and then we realized that Jovan just beneath this answered this question in a very good way, and I will read this also out loud now. I think that this is a quote. I think that we all need to work as a team and not look at things that way. The more united we are, the better. As for the rewards, I believe we are the project with the most competitions and contests where its members can get a prize that adds to their bag. Long story short, the more united we are, the greater the chances are of succeeding. This is my 2 cents for that as member of the community. And I guess Justin, Dev, this is more or less also our answer. I mean, people know, of course, the one, we see, of course, the people that do a lot of work here, and we could say names and so on, but I don't think this is the idea to reward individuals here. Like, the whole thing is that we get rewarded as a community, right, guys?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, totally. Like I think I think everybody sees who's contributing. When those people speak, everyone listens to them. I think sort of the more people that we can get engaged, the more successful this project will be. And I think it's about that. We do have a lot of prizes, a lot of contests, and joining them, try to have some fun, but you can also make some real money. Yeah. I don't want to shield this too hard, but we have a $2,000 sticker contest. So, that is our next phase.
I saw one. Someone was today. I think it's Stonehenge, and then someone asked, and someone just half an hour ago or so wrote in Freshly Cookies, "Can we get a Stonehenge meme?" And I think this is a missed opportunity. That would have been gold.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
sure.
Spoon asks, any plans or schemes cooking how to make Hege go viral on Instagram, TikTok side? Is there even any tricks to use, as it's hard to with just the engagement of our community? Yeah, I mean, it's this same question. Unfortunately, we already talked about. It's very hard to answer this one. As Justin said, we have a lot of new content coming out on the video side of things, besides what is happening on X, of course. We have the news show, which has potential. We don't, this is like the first episode. We will, of course, get feedback and see how to improve this. So bear with us on this one. But yeah, there's no trick that we can use at this moment.
Yeah. Well, I think as I said, the costume thing, especially, as well as I mean that one as well. It's like it's so great because we can do stunts with that. We can do sort of stopping the public on the street, asking question kind of format, and all these things are just I mean it's just perfect for virality. So as I said, we're kind of that's in the works at the moment, and yeah, once that's out, we'll be able to just produce loads of stuff, and and hopefully create content that people really resonate with, and
Yeah, 100%. Joven suggests in his next comment, would zero budget stories on YouTube be open to include us in a video? I think we haven't looked into it. I guess it's a channel that he's suggesting. We don't know. We haven't had the time to research this, but we will definitely have a look into it. He thinks that it would be a great marketing move, so maybe there's potential there, Joven. Thank you for the suggestion. This is what we need from the community. Next question is by N, one of our Hedge heroes. So thank you for that. We use Dex Screener ads. Can we try to do some Telegram ads, cheap and easy to set up, to see if it's to see its reach? Yeah, Dev, what do you think about this? Or is this?
Yeah, I mean, we've gave it a rough go in the past, and so not too great with performance, but if there's any specific kind of Telegram ads or anything like that you'd want us to do. I mean, are you asking around on the actual platform itself? I think you can do ads in chats now. If you can let me know about that, and if you do know any more details, again, just drop me a message and we can have a chat about it. It's definitely not something that we're opposed to or anything like that. But yeah, we just could do a few more details on
that. Next question by Alex is about CX listing. What's next? Bigger exchanges. We have already answered that. Gromitron is asking regarding the Hedge News thing. Will the newscast videos become a regular week's show covering crypto news in general? And isn't this just a ploy to bring a massive amount of followers of Hedgecoin as it grows in the space? So this is basically the general idea, to have kind of a utility aspect to it, bring some basic crypto news, with a wing to it, and basically put a little bit of hedge here and there into that. We will see how this goes, but this has some potential for I guess some utility. People can get some real news out of it, some real information. And we will develop this idea and see how people react to that. I don't know. Dev, Justin, what do you think? Anything to add here?
No, I think that covers it for me.
Perfect. While you're on, I have the next one for you. Spike Spade asks, are there any plans for a Hedge video game? I know you're talking to a few people here and there.
Yeah. So we've been talking to I describe it as a software development company for the Web3 world, and we discussed many things. They've showed us things that they've created for PopCat and for other large meme coins out there, and these things include video games, casino games like roulette or a flip game that you can actually bet on, and just various different ideas. So we kind of just started talking in the last week or so, and we're exploring that pretty aggressively. So I think I would say stay tuned, but there's a good chance of something coming out of that.
Great. Spiky State also asked about, are there any plans to open new Telegram groups of new languages? Are there specific languages the team searches for? We actually had Dev, maybe you can answer this one.
Yeah, for sure. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know. Sorry, was this question around the language?
This was about the language channels, sub-channels
So yeah, I mean, this is something that was a point of discussion in the project chat the other day. It's kind of we're aware there's a lot of sort of side channels in Telegram that's kind of draw the attention away from the main chat. So yeah, I think we found a lot of the language channels we had open, like the French channel, Turkish channel, Chinese channel, and Spanish channel as well. We just thought, to be honest, that the amount of space they were taking up on the side, and then sort of putting that back to the activity they were getting, it just didn't make too much sense. There'd be a message every other day, every 3 days, and yeah, it just didn't make too much sense there. So we kind of removed them for now. We're kind of keeping the active language channels open. I mean, if there is demand for for them to come back, then let us know. But yeah, from what we could see, there wasn't too much activity going on in there.
Nick asks, what could be the next big thing FOMO creating wise besides CX listings? And I'll add right away to this next question by JD. And he's writing, I see 20 other meme projects doing the same shitting on Reddit every day. All projects seem to be copycats of each other. I get the feeling that it's not working anymore as it did before. What can we do to be different, to be unique? So I guess, how to create FOMO, how to be unique. Jeff, easy question here.
Obviously, we're as you said, we're just trying to do as much as we can to stand out and not be a sort of run-of-the-mill meme project. So we're trying to do everything differently and just like to a good standard as well. That's the quality of the content has always been a focus for us. The sort of shilling techniques on Reddit. I mean, there's a lot of competition. You can only get so far with words and content you post out there. So I mean, we're aware of that, and we're going to keep going. Like, obviously, we know it's still incredibly effective for us, and obviously, people catch on that. We essentially were Solana meme coin of Reddit, and still are. We're huge over there. We want to keep up activity there as well as sort of expanding onto other channels as well. But something I said before, and I still remain confident in, is like, when the bull market really kicks off and there's a lot of retail investors coming back in, hopefully anyway, that's not a given, but Reddit's one of the first places people go to learn about a new subject and kind of educate themselves. So being a massive sort of voice over there is going to be really powerful for us when that kind of arrives, because as I said, that's the kind of first place a lot of people will go. And if they read about Hege all the time from them subreddits, then that's probably where they'll end up.
I mean, and they will see, we will be a few months old at that time. Like, they will see our back catalog. They will see the consistency that the team and community has been grinding and expanding. See the chapters, see the updates, see the animations, see everything. And I think this is what we're building. This is like we're building the base for this takeoff. I guess that's at least the idea.
And the other thing I just want to add there, like, it's not an either or thing, right? So we want to do Reddit, we want to do X, we want to do YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, right? We want to be visible on all those channels.
Yeah, 100%. Spiky Spade is asking, are there any marketing ideas like the Hollywood flying banner? Can we have different donation wallets for different things like the Las Vegas Sphere? We didn't discuss this yet, but I think this would be taking away, like, I think having two, like one for the CXs and one for marketing is already, dividing the donations quite a bit. Having like them, I don't know what you guys think, but
I think the marketing wallet, everything to do with marketing sort of comes out of that. So I think we'd keep that in there, and obviously we can sort of assess the budget and sort of make plans around that, basically. So I think we'll just keep with the marketing wallet for now. I mean, we can always set sort of donation goals within that. We're at $15,000. We need to raise up to $21,000 so we can get $6,000 to buy a costume, things like that.
Great. Clever's dad asks, serious question alert. I like that he's basically assuming that we will not take his question seriously and just has to explain that as a serious question. Serious question alert. What are you guys going to do about known scams like Hege and the scammer on X and so on? We all think this is old news, but we are getting new holders every day. This is a very valid point. I guess I can take this, from time to time into the daily updates to basically, remind people of scams. And I mean, we had this like people in, like accounts copying dev, of course. I think I know that there was at least 2 instances where people were copying my my accounts and stuff like that. And we had like people really losing money already on that. So yeah, we will add this to the PSA section of the daily updates from time to time. And yeah, maybe like whenever something comes up, we try to inform the community as quickly as possible. But of course, be careful, everyone. And ask any plans for viral marketing strategies, famous YouTubers, influencers. Well, I mean, I guess we talked about this quite a bit. Next question by GlowG. Are there any plans for new Hedge merchandise? This is a new one. Dev, anything in the plans here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's actually something I was speaking to my girlfriend about earlier. I think at the moment the shops we've set up have kind of been from existing designs, not necessarily intended for like t-shirts or hoodies or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm planning on sort of dedicating some of my time to maybe design some custom pieces and stuff that's like intentionally designed for clothing and hats and things like that. And and maybe I like, so for myself personally, I'm not like the most sort of like I wouldn't want to wear a Hedge hoodie that's plastered all over it. I mean, I'm quite a quiet guy. I don't want to sort of make attention for myself. So the kind of stuff I'd want to wear is maybe a yellow t-shirt with like a small black Hedge logo on. Like, for example, that's my taste. That's something I'd want to wear. So making stuff like that for different different sort of options in fashion. And again, things like the Solana summer graphic, making that into a t-shirt and having it kind of intentionally designed and to a nice quality as well. So we'll start actioning that and sort of add bits to the shop as we go.
You mentioned at the beginning of your answer, you mentioned your girlfriend, which is the perfect way to go to the next question by Joel Cardi, which is actually aimed at Hans, who I know is listening right now. Han, well proposed to Hedge Dev. Unfortunately, she doesn't have talking rights, so we can't put her on the spot right now. But you can give it some thought. And next question and last question by Ollie is, I guess, regarding things like the market making. With ongoing operational expenses such as market making and the amount remaining in the marketing wallet, how long is the runway before we need another big donation push? Maybe Justin, I'll let you answer this, or I let Dev close today's space.
Yeah, well, I'll just start it off. I think Dev might have to answer this question, fill a little bit more, because I know there are a lot of things like the animations, some of the market making stuff that
true.
actually isn't paid for out of the marketing wall, right? It's actually paid for by Dev, right? I think obviously that can only go on for so long, right? As these expenses keep on going up. But I just want to point that out, and I think maybe Dev should really answer this one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like the content I've been working with a lot of freelancers for. And I think for the time being, it's fine. I'm happy to pay for that. But as I said, some of it does cost a bit, but it doesn't kind of feel right to sort of take it from the marketing wallet in a way. I know it is a form of marketing the project in terms of creating value for it. But I mean, if anyone wants to sort of donate to a content fund, like, more than happy to open that up. But I mean, in terms of the marketing wallet, though, I think it's still looking really healthy. It's looking good. I think we didn't want to we had in the marketing proposal we put out a few months ago the sort of levels of the Hedge bank that we'd sort of start to convert some of that into USDT to pay for marketing events, because obviously that's the kind of the currency you pay in. You can't particularly pay in Hedge for some of these things. Like some people will accept Hedge, but obviously most of the time it'll be Solana or USDT. It's looking healthy at the moment, and we didn't want to just completely just spend it all at once. We're trying to be smart about it and deploy it tactically and sort of make the most use of the funds as possible, basically.
Perfect. We are exactly on the 1 hour spot right now for this, for the longest spaces ever so far. And I think this is a good point to close here. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Jeff, for your time. And yeah, see you guys next week. And as always, Jeff, you have the last word.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, obviously, again, it feels like every time we do these spaces, there's like a bit of a dip in the price. Kind of used to it now. But yeah, as I say, just we keep on going. We keep working hard as a team and the community as well. We're the kind of the rate that we're doing things at the moment, the amount of plans we have, it's all looking really good, and we've got every bit of confidence that we're going to be starting the next leg up soon. So we're excited for XC on Tuesday. We'll try and do plan spaces around that as well, and we can sort of review as that's a few hours old next week. So that's pretty much all I've got to say for now. And thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, goodbye.